Hello planty people, welcome back to my channel. I am Empress and today I am doing a little upgrade for one of my favorite plants. Hello Jinx, honey, you can't be in here today. I know, you like to get behind my plants and sit there and be annoying, don't you? Off you go, good girl. There's always a cat in one of my videos, isn't there? I suppose that's what happens when you have three. Anyway, so today I am doing a little upgrade for one of my absolute favorite plants in my entire collection, my Monstera Dubia. So I got this beautiful Dubia in November, December last year. It is now February and it has grown so much in the time that I've had it. I'm so impressed by it. It has grown 1, 2, 3 new leaves. Or is it 4 new leaves? And it has a new one on the way. But what this means, I'll just get it up so you can have a better look at it. Isn't she beautiful? But what this means is that, as you can see, with the new leaf, she's pretty much about to outgrow her plank. Now, some people will remove from one plank and add to another plank. However, because it has now fully grown into the plank and I've actually removed its support ties, I don't really want to do that. I really want to make sure that it stays as happy as possible, and so I'm going to be leaving this support plank on there and I'm going to be attaching a new support plank, which is this beautiful plank here. So this is some raw untreated pine, I think pine, that I picked up at my hardware store, and I found one that's got quite a bit of texture to it, so that the plant has something to grow into. So I will be attaching that to the back of here, and that's what you're going to be along for the journey today. So if you maybe have a shingling plant yourself that is about to outgrow its pole and you're not really sure what to do next, maybe this is a good option for you. Or you just like Dubias as much as I do and you want to, you know, watch a video about a Dubia, or, you know, you just like my channel and you like to hear me ramble. So the first step that I have done is I went and I got this beautiful plank. I really liked this one. It had this kind of imperfection in it, which I actually really appreciate. And it's got these little kind of knots in it, which will be really good for the way that the Dubia grows, because it grows with these little aerial roots that anchor in as it grows. So this plank will be good, and it is wider. So this one is a bit skinny and you can see the leaves are starting to curl around the plank, which is not as pretty. So this plank will be better. It will grow up and grow a bit flatter. So the first step that I did was I cut the end off. It's a bit rough because I was using a handsaw, but that's the end that's going to go in the pot and no one's going to see. So it don't matter that it's a bit rough. I do really like this knot, and it is on both sides. So I'm going to use, which side do I want to use? See that side there, the knot's right where, but it's going to get covered up quite quickly. But if I use that side, the knot's at the top. I think I'm going to go with this side so that the knot is at the top, so I can enjoy this lovely knot in the wood for a little bit longer, even though that is a nicer knot, like that is a nicer version of the knot. Up there I'll actually be able to enjoy it for a while longer as the plant grows up. So I'm going to use this side as the front, and what I need to do next is I'm going to drill some holes in this to attach it to this one here. So I'll just make a little table so she can sit there and you can enjoy. It's a nice noise, isn't it? So you can enjoy looking at her while I do this. So what I want to do next, so my step is I'm going to be depotting this on camera, and then I'm going to be attaching this on the back. But I want to make that attachment as easy as possible. So to be doing that, I'm going to screw this pole onto that pole, but I'm going to pre-drill the holes in this one. So I'm going to pop you on a time lapse and you can watch me drill some holes quickly. so now the holes are drilled, it's time for the bit that's scaring me. So I have some screws here that are just a little bit thicker than the wood, not by much, but just enough that they're gonna go through and hopefully enough to like anchor into this one, but not so much that, you know, they're not long enough, not even close to long enough to going all the way through to damage the plant. So that's at least one thing. So my next plan is, because it's going to need to be flat up against this pole for the plant to keep growing up. I can't attach it to the back of the pot. I have to actually attach it to this. So I'm going to have to depot her and take her out and then drill it on with the plant still attached and it just kind of in its soil. So I'm a little bit scared about that. So you're going to come along for the ride with me so that, I mean, at least I get content out of it. I've got my screwdriver here and I've still got the drill here with, you know, I've got my little bit. So if I need to use the drill to drill it in, I will. I'm hoping to just be able to screw them in by hand and nice and gentle like, but the drill might be quicker. So there might be that toss up between getting it done nice and fast so there's less chance of the plant getting damaged, or doing it gentler so there's less chance of the plant getting damaged. You know what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna just try and see what happens. All right, so because I'm doing this inside, I'm not gonna put dirt everywhere when I depot it, so let's depot it this way. So this is the pole it came with, which was obviously a small pole for transport purposes. Now I do plan to just put it back into this same pot so long as the root system can handle it. But if, oh, come on honey, out you come. But if the root system has gotten too big for this pot, then she will need an upgrade. And given how hard she is to get out at the moment, I'm feeling like that might be the case. I was hoping not, so that it would keep focusing on leaf development instead of having to establish into a new pot, but holy moly. All right. Oh, her roots are looking so good. Oh, that's so good. So you can see her root system's looking really, really healthy. I'm really happy. So that's good. That makes me really happy to see. Lots of new growth on there, lots of white happy roots. The stem looks good. She's looking great. All right, so now I have her as a loose unit. I'm going to attempt to attach this new plank to the back. I really wish I'd done this sooner when she hadn't, you know, doesn't have literally one leaf before she reaches the top of the pole. But life has gotten in the way and this is what it is. All right, so I'm gonna just lean her in this thing here. Just move her roots gently out of the way. Just lean it. Where's that leaf tip there? Okay. I'm not sure how well you're gonna be able to see this, but I'm doing my best. All right, so line the plank up with the plank. And just lean it on the chair that the camera's, not lean it on the camera, lean it on the chair of the camera. Pop it like that. Okay. All right, hold on a sec. I'm just gonna have to do this. Goodness. I don't make life easy for myself sometimes, do I? All right. So that plank is balanced nicely that way, and that plank is balanced nicely that way. I feel like I'm gonna have to drill some tiny little guide holes into the back of this one, but also like, how do I line that up? because I can't just like, I wish I could just put it this way, put her on top and attach it, but I don't want to screw through the top. I only want to screw through the back because I don't want metal near the plant. Oh, can I go across the plank this way? Oh, no, of course not. It's just like this much too small. I need a way of doing this. I'm going to pause and figure out a way of balancing this, and I will be right back. So I've got this little lid so that the leaf tip that's coming up is just perched on the end here, and I've got it padded a little bit with some paper towel on the end. So what I'm doing next is I'm going to be laying this on top to line up with the pole that's already there. A little bit this way. Alright. And I just need something to hold it up on the end. Alrighty. So, I've got my screws. I'm gonna just pop them through the holes. Now I do think I'm going to need to drill little guide holes through, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to, which is why I might need to use the drill. Alright, so I'm just going to pre-place these screws. Now, I'm not the most handy woodworker in the world, and I'm just kind of winging it with what I have at home. So there are probably people sitting there who are like woodworky people and have like a proper setup and are going, oh my god, that's not how you do that. You do that like this. Yeah, that's cool. I don't have that sort of equipment. I have what I have on hand, and this is it. So, you know, I'm doing this the way that I can, and I'm doing this the best way I know how, and so this is my solution. And I just thought I'd make a video out of it. This is not me being any kind of expert and being like, this is how you do this. Nah, this is me going, so, I don't really know what I'm doing, and this is how I'm fixing my problem. So, if you are somebody who is super efficient with woodwork and the likes, I'm very happy for you that you've probably got some better ideas than I have right now. But this is what I will be doing today, and this is how I'm going to do it. So, please no comments about how I should have done it some other way or the likes, because this is how I'm doing it. Yeah. Alright. So let's see if I can get it to, like, attach, hey? So I don't know if that's picking up the wood beneath. I hope so. It has. Yes, we have victory. All right, so I'm going to start placing the other ones. It's working, it's working, it's working. All right. So I'm holding the little pole on the end here with my other hand. So I'm holding that in place as I'm screwing them down, and it is, it's actually gripping. Look, it's working. This is awesome. Yay. And I haven't damaged the plant, so that's really great. So it's not like holding as tight to the thing as I would like. I wonder why that is. Probably somebody going, because of this, but I think it might be because the actual underpole, the top little one, might actually be a little bit warped. It looks like it curves, so there's not much I can really do about that. Main thing is that it's attached and secure. So Like, you can see there's a little tiny gap in between there still, but there's not at this end, and there is at this end. So I think that's just that pole's a little bit warped. But look, it's on. It's not 100% straight. Damn it. How did I manage that? So it's a little bit wonky, but the plant is growing up and down that way, so you can't really tell. See, I've kind of attached it a little bit wonk, which, I mean, I probably could have avoided, but it's fine. My main priority right now was making sure that that plant was not damaged, and she wasn't. So, look, isn't that great? Awesome. Now her root system's not so big that I can't put it back in the original pot, so that's going to be my plan. So I'm just going to pause while I do that, because you don't need to be watching me do that, and then I will come back and show you it at the end. Alright, so I've hit a little hurdle. The pot that I was going to put it back into doesn't fit the pole and everything, so I've got a different plastic pot here, but now that plastic pot is too deep. So what I'm going to actually do now is I'm going to take it off here and move it up. And I'm not going to re-drill any holes. The holes that are on here are fine. I'm just going to attach them in new spots. But I'm going to pop you on a time lapse so that I'm not just dragging it out forever. So let's jump into it. Alright, so I've reattached it and I've moved it up the plank a little bit so it can sit in the pot better, and I made sure it was straight on the plank this time. So it's probably better I had to redo it anyway, because it looks much neater now, going straight up and down, which is much prettier. So I will pop you on another time lapse while I repot her, and then we can do some close-ups to finish. Alright, so I have repotted, and I'm very glad that it's actually standing on its own. I wasn't sure if it was going to be way too top heavy and it wouldn't stand on its own. So what I've done is, if you couldn't see in the time lapse very well, I popped the pole in first and I had the roots dangling over the edge. And then I popped some soil in the bottom, and then I tucked the roots in, and then I popped soil on top of the roots. I then packed soil in around the back. Because the pot is not perfectly up and down, it did have a slight curve to it. I've had to pack some soil in around the pole. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see that. I've had to pack some soil in around the pole to make sure that the pole is steady, and then I built some soil up around the top of the plant there. So this is basically my philodendron mix from my soil video, which I'll link in the comments if you haven't seen my soil video. And it's a well draining soil. I've packed in the soil quite tight around the back and the sides. However, the front I've tried not to pack it in too tightly because the root system is in there. Now the root system is technically in only a very small section at the front here. This area, like, it is not actually very much room for the root system. But Dubias are shingling plants. They grow upwards. Their roots are very much in their aerial root system, so they don't always want a huge area for their roots. So I'm hoping this will be enough room in here. I will repot her in probably 6 months' time when she's well settled onto her new pole. Hopefully she's going to keep growing nice and quick. But I will pop her back in her pretty pot and we'll do some final shots. Just look at her looking so proud with her new pole. Isn't she pretty? As you can see, it's quite a lot of distance for her to grow, but I may as well, if I'm going to be doing this, I don't want to be doing it too often. And I don't want to be attaching lots of poles together. I figured I'd give her a nice distance to grow while I did it, so she's got plenty of room to keep going. And you can see the beautiful knot at the top there. So yeah, I'm gonna say my goodbyes now, but if you want to stay watching, I will put some close-up footage of her at the end, for anybody who likes to see close-ups of the plants. I will put some B-roll close-up footage for you at the end. But yeah, thank you for watching. This has been my attaching a new plank to my Dubia video. I don't know, I'll come up with a catchier title when I'm editing it and putting it together, or that will be the title of this video. Either way, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to see any other videos from me, yeah. Otherwise, go follow me on Instagram or Facebook and keep growing like your plants. Keep watching for close-up pretty B-roll of my beautiful baby. Bye.